Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News for Friday, April 17. I'm Carrie Simpson. A special welcome to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Mocha arrests 2 more persons in $80 million phishing scam. Jamaica mourns the passing of veteran singer Ernie Smith. And later in sports, Roger Stoner's agent questions World Athletics' decision to bar allegiance switch to Turkey. Thank you for joining us. Now the details. Up first this afternoon, the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA has arrested and charged 2 additional suspects in its ongoing probe into an $80 million phishing scam targeting customers of the National Commercial Bank. The accused are 26-year-old Chanel Smith of Nannyville, Kingston, and 24-year-old Brandon Billings of Twickenham Park in St. Catherine. They were taken into custody on Wednesday during early morning operations carried out by MOCA with support from the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Investigators say the pair is believed to be part of an organized criminal network that defrauded NCB customers of more than $80 million between April 2022 and December 2023 using phishing and smishing techniques. MOCA's Director of Communication, Basil Jarrett, says simultaneous raids were conducted at the suspects' homes where several items of evidentiary value were seized. Now, both individuals were taken to MOCA's headquarters and charged with receiving stolen property and engaging in transactions involving criminal property. Major Jarrett says the agency remains committed to dismantling cybercrime networks, noting that these type of fraud are becoming increasingly prevalent. Contractors and developers are being warned to follow the country's laws when seeking labor for their projects. It follows the arrest and charge of several men, including Chinese nationals, who did not have the necessary paperwork to continue working in the country. This is one of the latest modern-looking buildings constructed in the booming commercial spaces around Mineral Heights near Clarendon's parish capital, Maypen. The project, now in the spotlight due to claims that some of the workers who constructed the building did not conform to the country's laws. The chairman of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, Joel Williams, said the issues regarding the workers is the prerogative of the other relevant authorities.
None of those issues has anything to do with the Clarendon Municipal Corporation. Those are management matters and Ministry of Labor's issues.
The project itself is fine. All requisite permits were secured, says the mayor.
Well, as long as I'm sitting at this desk, whatever project comes to this desk will have to be approved and approved properly. Yes, that project was approved.
In fact, Mayor Williams stressed the parish remains ready to continue its development boom and wants investors.
As I've continued to say to everyone that I speak to, that Maypen and Clarendon by extension are open for business. So we want to make sure that all the persons who are getting involved in business will make sure they do all their due diligence. Make sure that whatever the I's that have to be dotted and the T crossed, all that has been done.
Dot the I's and cross the T's, because otherwise you could end up in court like the contractor who the police charged along with 8 Chinese nationals. 39-year-old Li Gao, who is a naturalized Jamaican contractor, faces 8 counts of aiding and abetting the employment of persons working without permits. The 8 Chinese nationals have each been charged with overstaying and working without a work permit. The police said they conducted an intelligence-led operation identifying potential victims of human trafficking and executed a search warrant at the construction site in Mineral Heights, during which the team found 8 men from Guangdong Province, China, working at the site. The Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency PICA later confirmed that all 8 men had exceeded their permitted stay on the island. Further checks revealed the men had been recruited in China to work for the contractor. The men made their first appearance in court days ago. With the next Atlantic hurricane season fast approaching, the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, says it is moving decisively to ensure the disruptions experienced during Hurricane Melissa are not repeated. Executive Director Audley Gordon says the agency has already begun strengthening its operational readiness.
The National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, has procured 4 new water trucks, one for each operational region. Executive Director Audley Gordon says this marks a major step forward in strengthening the agency's emergency response capacity.
With government resources, again, obviously, we have put in place the conditions that will not see us without water, without electricity, and without communication at any of our facilities island-wide. Again, we have now in process 4 brand new water trucks. The procurement has just concluded on those.
Additionally, Mr. Gordon explained that the agency's 4 regional divisions, Western Parks and Markets WPM, Southern Parks and Markets SPM, Metropolitan Parks and Markets MPM, and Northeastern Parks and Markets NEPM, will each be equipped with sufficient generating capacity and water resources to ensure uninterrupted operations.
All 4 regions, there's NEPM, but I don't see any rep from NEPM here, which is St. Mary and Portland. All 4 regions will have enough generating capacity to run the region if the electricity goes, as it often does when we have these kind of events. They will have enough water so that they can keep their office going. And they will have Starlink. That's already been installed. That will enhance the communication during that period.
He also highlighted the severe breakdown in communication following Hurricane Melissa as a critical lesson. Determined to prevent a recurrence, Mr. Gordon emphasized that the NSWMA has taken decisive action to address those shortcomings and strengthen its overall preparedness.
It took me a good 3 days to make contact with WPM after Melissa. And when I made contact, I had to drive from Kingston to go down there. And, Chairman, there was no water, there was no electricity, and there was no communication. And I said, how can we have an important government facility with such a vast number of commercial and, so the interest, you have Montego Bay and Negril, you have the whole tourism belt, everything, and we can't make contact with the bureaucracy that treat with waste management. That's just not going to happen again.
Aliyah Bryant, TVJ News.